Thank you for tuning in to tonight's game. Your game is coming up next. But here's some information from the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
6 easy ways to become an MVP. And by MVP, we mean most valuable parent. Like all of us, the parents of high school athletes tend to protect their children from adversity, or they overly involve themselves by advocating for their success. But when they do, they're negating the value of participating in high school sports. Among other lessons, high school sports teach teenagers to take nothing for granted, how to overcome obstacles, and that an extraordinary commitment of time and effort is required in order to reach goals and experience achievement. High school sports also encourage independence and self-sufficiency, attributes that are needed to be successful in life. It's natural for parents to love their children, and it's important to support them in as many ways as possible. With this in mind, here are 6 easy ways that you can be the MVP of your child's high school team. Number 1, attend your children's games as often as possible. Nothing demonstrates interest and involvement more than being there. And be sure to invite Grandma and Grandpa to come along with you. Number 2, cheer for all the kids on the team, not just your own. Here's a test for you. Do you know all the players on your child's team? Could you say hello to them by their first name? Embracing the entire team is a great way to show that your interest is sincere. Number 3, be a resource for your child's team. Does a teammate need help with transportation? Is the team trying to raise money for new uniforms? Is someone needed to organize a pizza party before the tournament starts? Maybe you can help. Number 4, try not to criticize the coach or the officials in front of your child. Hey, you're human, and there may be times when you need to vent, but be careful when and to whom you do it. Criticizing the coaching staff undermines its credibility and tends to put your child in the middle. And games are seldom won or lost because of an official's call. Remember, coaches and officials are objective. Most parents are not. Empower your child to talk with the coach about concerns. Everybody wants more playing time, and understandably so. But encourage your children to have that conversation with their coaches instead of you doing it for them. Giving teenagers the confidence and conviction to speak up for themselves is one of the greatest benefits of participating in high school sports. Number 6, focus on the life lessons your children are learning, not on win-loss records or how many points they're scoring. According to the NC2A, only about 2% of all high school athletes win a sports scholarship, and the average value of it is less than $11,000. But every child will benefit from the lessons they've learned as a result of participating in high school sports for the rest of their lives. It's difficult being the parent of a high school athlete. There's far more emotion and social pressure involved than is ideal. But if you follow these 6 pointers, not only will your children love and respect you, but so will their teammates and coaches. And you might even be named MVP. Thank you for your support of high school athletics in Indiana. Stay tuned now. The Indiana SRN game is next. Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to IHSAA Volleyball, powered by Indiana SRN, as the 5-3 Guerin Catholic Golden Eagles visit the 3-13 Covenant Christian Lady Warriors from the west side of Indianapolis. I'm Eric Eaton, and I'm pleased to be joined by Drake Wally for this remote broadcast this evening. And Drake, this is a Circle City Conference matchup, and both teams are looking for the first conference win of the season. But Guerin Catholic has been off since September 5th due to the pandemic. So the Golden Eagle players have got to be excited to get back to competition here tonight.
Well, and it's been a crazy year for everybody. We've had cancellations and everything, but all that matters is we're here playing volleyball, Eric. And one of the things that's very easy to highlight is that both of these teams are in arguably one of the toughest conferences for volleyball. So, the Golden Eagles are eager to get back to it. We'll see just how they are after about 3 weeks without being able to play any games.
Covenant Christian 0-4. They've played 4 Circle City Conference matches already this season, have not won one yet. And for Guerin Catholic, this will be their first conference match of the season. And Drake, both teams are familiar with each other. They played earlier this season at Covenant Christian High School for an invitational. And in that particular meeting, Guerin Catholic came away with the win, 2-0 by scores of 25-22 and 25-20. So very competitive games there. So Covenant Christian has to feel good about themselves, knowing they competed against Guerin earlier in the year, very in a tightly contested match, and they also got to know that Guerin Catholic may be a little rusty coming in here tonight.
And that's exactly what I was going to say is, it really comes down to, ring rust, if you will, because you've taken so long off. I mean, you got 16 games as opposed to 8. They've played half the games Covenant Christian has, so really I know that you don't want to predict anything, but it could be even starting out. Really, it's going to be who gets the momentum early on that's going to take over the game.
And you can see that the teams making their appearance out onto the floor. One of them already warming up. Covenant Christian, coached by Brooke Benke in her 5th season at the school. She's an alumna of Covenant Christian, also played volleyball for them. And for Guerin Catholic, they are coached by Haley Brown in her 1st season. And Drake, she was an outstanding collegiate volleyball player, Division II All-American at the University of Indianapolis. So she's trying to portray all that knowledge that she has from a player and have hopefully that transcends to her players out on the floor. We'll see how that plays out here as the season goes along.
Well, and we were actually, it's interesting you mentioned collegiate volleyball, because we were just having a conversation about this. It's a whole different ball game when you get to the collegiate level. So the fact that you're bringing college experience, Division I, you said, I believe, that is
Division II.
Well, still, it doesn't matter. Division, whatever, it doesn't matter. If you're coming from a collegiate volleyball background, you're bringing it to a school like Guerin Catholic. That's only going to help the team. And I think that experience is, you couldn't ask for a better leader when you've only played 8 games coming in after 3 weeks off. So I think she's going to really get them back on track, and they're going to play as if they didn't even miss a game.
Well, they certainly have had plenty of time to practice over the last couple weeks with some cancellations and some postponements. As we take a look at Covenant Christian, as I said, 3-13 statistical leaders on the season for them. Led in kills by sophomore Danny Newport, 80 kills, a 33.9 kill percentage, a 131 hitting percentage. A freshman, Evie Dart, had an outstanding season so far with a freshman with 44 kills. That's a 134 hitting percentage for her. Junior Katie Notter, 43 kills and a 184 hitting percentage. Notter also leads the team in service aces, 21 aces and 116 serves on the season, and has a 95% serving percentage on the season. So those are some key players to look for Covenant Christian. They're also led in blocking by Sarah Brew, who leads the team in blocks with 21, 7 solo and 14 assists. And also defensively, the libero player, junior Bella Dart, has 133 digs on the season. And we take a look at for Guerin Catholic. As we said, they played earlier this season, and with Guerin winning that one 2-0. That last year's Circle City Conference matchup, however, Covenant won that one, Drake, 3-0, and leading the way for the Eagles in that one, even though they were defeated, was Claire Castor, who had 6 kills in that match, and they were led defensively by Sydney Jakomowicz, who had 9 digs, and Sophie Thomas had 7. So and all those players are returning. So those are some key players that we can look for tonight here for Guerin Catholic. But as we said, both teams had played earlier this year, and Covenant was competitive in that one, beat them last year, so they've got to have a lot of confidence coming in here that they perhaps can get their first conference win of the season.
Well, you don't want to necessarily look at the record. I know it says 3-13, but there's two things to take into account for this matchup specifically. One, they know Guerin. Okay, they beat them last year. They played them earlier this year. The other thing is, as we said, you've got Heritage Christians 2-0 in conference, Roncalli's 3-0, Brebeuf Jesuits 2-2, and Chatard's 1-2. It sounds like a pretty competitive conference. So you're playing the best in the state that can be offered at that level. So I think that it's going to be a really competitive game starting out. It's just going to, like I said, I think it's going to come down to who gets the momentum rolling first.
And I believe Heritage and Roncalli, I believe they play next week, so they'll fight it out for first place. And I believe that is on Indiana SRN.
Oh yeah, that's going to be a great game. I'm very excited to see that.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups for both teams here this evening. We'll start first with the visitors from Guerin Catholic. The Golden Eagles, as we said, are coached by Haley Brown. The starters here this evening are going to be number 2, Sydney Jakimowicz, a 5'7" middle hitter, and number 8, Kylie Oswald, a 5'7" setter. Number 4 will be Claire Castor, a 6-foot outside hitter. Number 6 will be Amelia Nickham, a 5'11" middle hitter. Number 10, Maya DeCreen, a 5'7" defensive specialist. And number 11, Ella Murphy, a 5'9" outside hitter. For Covenant Christian, coached by Brooke Benke. Their starting 6 looks like this. Number 2, Katie Notter, a 5'7" junior. She's a defensive specialist and a setter. Number 3, Danny Newport, 5'9" outside hitter and a sophomore. Number 5, Evie Dart, a 6-foot freshman and middle blocker. Number 7 is Willow Smith, a 5'3" junior setter. Number 10, Abby Langford, a 5'4" sophomore. And number 18, Sarah Brew, a 5'9" sophomore middle blocker. That's your starting 6 for both teams. The libero player for Covenant Christian will be Bella Dart. Bella is a 5'8" junior. And for the visitors from Guerin Catholic, it'll be Maggie Chris. She'll be the libero player. And for Maggie, she's a 5'8" junior. Guerin Catholic, just 2 seniors on this roster. And Covenant Christian also has the same 2 seniors as well. So a lot of underclassmen for both of these teams. Drake, so perhaps the future bodes well for both of these clubs.
Oh, and that, let's go ahead and tack on a third reason. That you can't necessarily look at Covenant Christian's record, without talking too much about it. Obviously, what's been going on this year has affected how you can train. But on the other end, they've been playing in a tough conference, but they also have so many underclassmen. You've got, Evie Dart is only a freshman. Abby Langford is only a sophomore. Danny Newport, only a sophomore. Sarah, Brew. So sorry. Sarah Brew, sophomore. That is a lot of raw talent that's going to be there at least 3 more years and at least 2 more years following this season. So I think there's a lot to be excited about if you are Brooke Benke. If you're Coach Benke, you're very excited to see what you've got in store for the future. This year's been crazy for everybody, but same thing for Guerin Catholic. You're 5-3. You've got a lot of raw talent out there, a lot of juniors specifically. So both these teams are young, both these teams are hungry, and especially Guerin, they're just ready to play. So we're going to see just what's going to go on tonight.
And we're not too far away, just a couple weeks away, Drake, from starting the state tournament as well. So both of these teams would like to get on a little bit of a run here at this time of the season.
Well, and it's like we just said, earlier, we were having a long volleyball conversation before this broadcast started, and you were mentioning just how aggressive and how insanely high the talent gets when you're in the postseason. So when it gets to that point, you really want to step up your game.
We're going to step away for a little bit. We'll be back for the start of the match right after this. This is IHSAA Volleyball, powered by Indiana SRN.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 160,000 participants here in Indiana who take part in high school sports.
Never miss a big game by downloading the IHSAA TV app for free on any device. For your iPhone or Apple TV, check the App Store. On your Android or Android TV device, load up the Google Play Store. Have a Roku or Amazon Fire Stick? We have the app for you. Check us out on Facebook Live, Twitter, or YouTube Live by searching for IHSAA TV. Or as always, click to IHSAATV.org for quick and easy access to your favorite IHSAA live and archived events.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
And we are back for tonight's contest of IHSAA Volleyball, powered by Indiana SRM, between 3 and 13 Covenant Christian and 5 and 3 Guerin Catholic. And Guerin Catholic will serve first here in this match tonight, being the visiting team. And it looks like they will be serving from left to right. It looks like both teams basically have wearing the same uniforms. Drake, both all black with white numerals.
You know, this is something we talked about earlier, and I said something that sounded kind of goofy, but I initially off the cuff said it would be hard to tell who's who, and you said, well, thank goodness they don't cross, they stay on the same side of the court. For anybody's reference, right now Guerin is about to serve. They have a purple pinstripe right along the top of the jersey.
So they'll be on the left side of your broadcast screen all night, and the Covenant Christian on the right side of your screen. Kylie Oswald will put it in play for Guerin Catholic, the deep serve. Here's a bump set and a roll shot on the left side by Newport. Nice dig there, Oswald. Here's a tip over by Guerin. It's covered by Covenant libero player with a nice bump set, and it was blocked back over. Guerin on the attack, Oswald. Roll shot on the left side there by DeCrane. Coming the other way, Covenant Christian will hit it out of bounds. A lengthy rally to start things, but an error by Covenant that gives Guerin a 1-0 lead.
Well, you got to like what you saw from Guerin. I mean, they came out, they didn't look rusty at all, did they? They came out and they played very fluid, and they find themselves with the first point here, even if it is an error.
And, well, the ball's going back to the other side, so apparently they called a violation on Guerin.
Oh, so it's 0-0. Oh, no, never mind.
Yeah, it went to Covenant. Here's a bad pass by Guerin, and it goes out of bounds over the net, and so Covenant Christian breaks out to a 2-0 lead.
Well, and this is what we were talking about, Eric. Covenant's been playing. They haven't stopped this whole time, and they're showing it thus far.
Katie Notter serving. Here's Oswald with a set for Guerin, and here's a shot off the block, and it's actually blocked by Covenant in the front row there for a point, and it's 3-0 Lady Warriors. Notter serving again, deep serve, the pass to Oswald. Going on the outside, up the line for a kill there. That was Claire Castor on the outside, and Guerin's on the board. They trail 3-1.
Boy, that Claire Castor had about as much power on that swing as you can possibly have on the left side. And boy, she delivered it with accuracy. Got him the first point of the game.
We have Sophie Thomas checking in now to serve for the Golden Eagles. And there's a big-time kill in the middle for Covenant Christian. Danny Newport puts that one away off a beautiful set, 4-1, Covenant Christian.
Boy, that was very, very, very nicely placed. Danny Newport, as we said, only a sophomore, bringing the pain.
Served by Covenant Christian. There's a free ball from the libero for Guerin. Notter with the set, going to Newport again off the block. Guerin is scrambling for it a little bit. They're going to get a free ball, send a free ball back to Covenant. Clips the net, ball's in the net, and Covenant Christian cannot save that ball out of the net. So Guerin fortunate there, Drake. That ball on the free ball clipped the net, and Covenant was not able to recover.
Well, and they don't want to give Guerin any free shots or any free points like that. So they see a 3-point lead dwindle down to 2 now.
Amelia Nickham, very nice serve. Nodder a back set. There's a block by Guerin. Covenant still on the attack here. And there's another block by Guerin, tipped over. And that goes out of bounds for another Guerin Catholic point. It's 4-3, and the block over there on the left side was really effective there, keeping Covenant on the attack, and eventually they commit a hitting error.
Oh, yeah, and that was a good consistency and way to stay aware for Guerin, because they just consistently kept going back and forth, and Guerin won that volley.
Tipped over by Brew of Covenant. Going the other way up the line was Claire Castor. Covenant now sends a free ball over that clips the net. And now we saw the same thing happen on the other side when for Guerin it clipped the net. They get a point. This time Covenant sends a free ball over it, clips the net, and they also get a point.
Well, based off of, if you look at the record for Covenant, you wouldn't expect them to come out to a 5-3 lead. They are starting the game about as well as you could expect.
Newport serving. Here's Castor. And punching it over, but out of bounds there for Covenant was number 18, Brew. And so Guerin gets that point. They trail 5-4 here in this opening set.
Well, that was a heck of a play. Just unfortunately, when you're diving parallel to the ground, it's kind of hard to control where you hit the ball.
Claire Castor will serve again here for the Golden Eagles. The team down by 1. Nodder with the set. Out on the outside, the ball tipped over. There's a bump set and an attack and a kill. Getting that kill down for Guerin was Ella Murphy, her first kill of the match, and that ties this opening set up at 5.
Oh, and Patty Chikamba was just, offset there. Great job. Now they've evened it up after being down 3-0. They're all of a sudden on a 5-2 run.
Serve again. And nice up there by Guerin. That was Thomas. Here's an attack that's going to go out of bounds. And so Covenant takes the lead back now, 6-5 here in this opening set.
Well, for a team that, hasn't played in 3 weeks, I'd say Guerin is doing a pretty good job.
Willow Smith checks in to serve for the Lady Warriors, a deep serve. A bump set by Castor. And a roll shot by Murphy. And that ball hit into the net by Covenant there on the air by Katie Nodder. And so Guerin gets a point, and we're tied at 6 here in this opening set.
Oh, and Katie Nodder, she evens the game back up. I'm really excited and really happy with how competitive it is early on. 6-6, who's going to get the advantage?
Ella Murphy serves for the Golden Eagles. Willow Smith takes that set. Here's a dink tip and a kill up front there. I believe that was number 2. A Nodder on that tip.
Well, that was just so sneaky. You just didn't expect that to happen at all. You never expect those little floaters to go like that.
7-6 Covenant here in the opening set. Libero player, Bella Dart serving. That ball makes it over the net, and it clips the net, and getting a kill was Maya DeCrane for Guerin Catholic, as nobody was home on that front row for Covenant. 7-all, and Maggie Christ now, libero player for Guerin Catholic, serves. Line drive serve. Roll shot from Nodder and gets a kill. Nice roll shot by Katie Nodder, and we kind of seesaw back and forth in this opening set. Covenant up 8-7.
Well, Katie Nodder placed that perfectly. Just not enough awareness there. I think it was Maggie Christ who went for that and just barely missed it.
Abby Langford checks in to serve now for Covenant. Castor a bump set. Here's an attack on the right side, and hitting it long there, I believe, was Kendall Bratton who checked in. Bratton with that attack air there. Covenant by 2, 9-7. This is a service error here by Langford, and so Guerin will take the free point, trail by 1, 9-8.
Well, I don't even think it's been any different than a 3-point margin between these teams. It has been neck and neck the whole way. I wonder if this is the kind of game we're going to see, or if in the second set you'll see somebody break away. But, boy, if it's indicative to how the whole game's going to be, it's going to be an exciting one.
Kylie Oswald checks in now to serve for the Golden Eagles. They're down by 1 opening set. We'll play to 25 here in this opening set. Must win by 2. There's an attack by Covenant. Nice up ball tipped over by Guerin. Willow Smith with the set and setting up Newport with the kill.
Well, that was just a beautiful, beautiful swing there from Danny Newport. You know, we were talking about her earlier and all that youth. She's only a sophomore and she delivers something like that. Imagine when she's a senior. That's got to get you excited.
10-8, Covenant Christian by 2. Katie Nodder the serve. Overpass on this receive. This ball blocked for a point there for Guerin as Claire Castor got that block and brings Guerin to within one opening set at 10-9.
Well, Covenant Christian has been putting a lot of heat on Guerin. And so for them to be able to stand in front of the net and play defense, block right there at the front court, that's going to really serve them well, I think, for the second and third set.
Sophie Thomas into serve for Guerin Catholic. A very deep serve. Nodder a bump set. Newport tipped it over. It was blocked by Guerin on the front row. Covenant still on the attack. And they're going to get a kill. Covenant will. 23 Lily Koltoff with that kill. And should take a 2-point lead back again due to the Lady Warriors 11-9.
Well, and you know, Covenant has got to be excited. They're up 2. This is a team that they played earlier in the year, but that beat them. So for them to come out playing like this is about as good as your game plan could have set up for.
There's the serve. There's a set on the outside and hitting that out of bounds on an air over there was Guerin Catholic, and Covenant by 3 now, 12-9.
They get one more, it'll be the largest lead of the game.
Oswald the set to Castor, dug by Covenant, tipped over there by Brew. A shot up the line, goes out of bounds again, so a couple of consecutive hitting errors by Guerin Catholic on that left side, and it's 13-9 Covenant Christian.
Oh, and they're starting to add up. You know, they're starting to add up here even just in the first set, down 4 now.
Good serve. There's an attack and tipped over by Covenant. Beautiful save by Covenant on the attack here. Here's a free ball pushed over by Castor. There is Newport with that attack. Dig by Guerin. There's a tip. And now Covenant on the attack. Long, lengthy rally here. Is a bump set. Not a particularly good set. There's a roll shot there by Claire Castor. Newport comes the other way. Very long rally. And finally, the ball goes underneath the net on a ball handling error by Guerin Catholic. And Covenant extends its lead. A very lengthy rally there, Drake, and unfortunately Guerin committed the error there for the point. We'll step away for a moment with Covenant Christian leading 14-9 opening set.
Hey, it's Keith Myers from Indiana Sports Radio Network. Well, thank you that you're watching the game tonight on Indiana SRN. If you would like to know more information about Indiana SRN, send me an email, coach@indianasrn.org. As vice president of this company, we hope that you sit back and enjoy the game. It's Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
And we're back. Covenant served there, and Guerin picked up a point. Just as we come back, it's 14-10 Covenant, and Drake, you have to be impressed with the way Covenant has started this match here. They're playing really good volleyball.
Absolutely, they're playing at a high level against the team that beat them earlier this year, not last year, but earlier this year.
Here's an attack and a kill. Back right corner by Claire Castor of Guerin Catholic. So Guerin has come out of the timeout, Drake, and they've scored a couple in a row and get within 3 in this opening set.
Well, I mean, I think that something was probably mentioned. You know, I'm sure that, you know, Haley Brown probably mentioned something to her team like, relax, you know, it's been a while, we're back on the court, and, you know, they're starting to get a rally here.
There's Koltoff on the attack over there, and they're going to award a point here to Guerin on an air. 14-12 now, Covenant Christian.
And so that's the thing that's so fascinating about volleyball is in just such a small amount of time, the whole game can just flip over. All of a sudden, Guerin has 3 points out of nowhere.
And here's an error by the libero player for Covenant. Uncharacteristic there by Bella Dart, goes out of bounds off the serve, and now Guerin crawls to within 1 in this opening set, 14-13.
We're going to see if Guerin can mount an offensive attack and take the lead here.
Nickham serves it up again, serving towards the sideline. And there's going to be a lift called on Covenant Christian. And just like that, after the timeout, Guerin has stormed out of the timeout to tie this opening set up at 14.
I mean, I think it was 5 seconds ago. It was 14-9 or something like that. You turn around twice and it's tied.
Nickham serves again, serving deep this time. There's a big-time attack and a block by Guerin Catholic on the front there by, I believe it was number 2 on that block, Sydney Jacomowicz. And suddenly Guerin on top now, 15-14, after Covenant has led most of this opening set.
Boy, that was just absolutely perfect placement from the senior, I think it's Jacomowicz. She was in the right place at the right time, and look at that, out of nowhere, 6-0 run.
Nickham serves again. That ball dumped over by the setter, Notter, for a point. Great execution there by Notter, realizing that the middle was open, and that gives Covenant a much-needed point to tie it up at 15.
Well, just as Jacomowicz was there last time, this time they took advantage of her not being there, and now they got it tied up. Boy, this has been one heck of a first set.
Danny Newport serves on a line drive serve. Castor, and there's a free ball sent over. Notter going out on the outside to Chikamba. Guerin scrambling, sends a free ball back to Covenant. Notter, here's a shot in the middle by Koltoff. Nice dig by Guerin. Castor up the line, off the block for a kill. Castor with that kill for Guerin Catholic. They lead 16-15 opening set.
Well, you know, somebody I wanted to mention on that last rally was Kylie Oswald. Was pretty much diving parallel to the ground and saved it. What a great amount of hustle.
Claire Castor now on a jump serve here for Guerin Catholic. Golden Eagles by 1. Ball tipped over by Brew. And then there's a big swing by Covenant, but I think Covenant was in the net on that swing. And Guerin gets the point here, 17-15.
Boy, that's got to hurt because I believe that was in. And, you know, had they not been right there in the net, that would have been their point.
Castor again, Golden Eagles by 2, opening set. Back set, ball tipped over by Koltoff and down for a kill. Off-speed tip there by Koltoff gives the Lady Warriors a point, and they trail 17-16 opening set. And coming in to serve for Covenant is Willow Smith.
Well, Koltoff has kind of surprised Guerin a couple times with that little tip. Well, she's really sneaking that up on him.
Castor the bump set. Roll shot from the libero player there, Christ. Here's a shot up the line by Notter and dug by Guerin. And the libero player for Guerin's going to send that into the net for an error. Maggie Christ on that error. And we are now tied here in this opening set at 17. So Covenant has come back after falling behind by a couple points after that Guerin timeout.
Well, you know, it begs the question, you know, how long could we be in the first set with them being this close to each other? We'll see.
Castor. There's a shot off the block for a kill over on the far side there. That was Kendall Bratton on that kill. And Guerin by 1 now, 18-11, as we begin to seesaw a little bit here in this opening set. Ella Murphy will serve. Willow Smith with the set. Chikamba cross court on that attack. And is a touch going to be called? And yes, a touch apparently was called. So Covenant will take the point, and we're tied at 18.
Well, it seems like it doesn't matter if it's by a swing, by a kill, or just by an error. These teams are just neck and neck, and they have been from the very start of the set.
Bella Dart comes on to serve, serves it up the line and out of bounds, service error. Guerin by one now, 19-18. Again, we play, well, actually, they're going to call that an ace. Did they say it painted the line? They will. Covenant gets an ace there with Bella Dart. They lead 19-18. We played at 25. You must win by 2, though. Dart into the net now. That's an error, and so Guerin will get the point there and tie it back up at 19.
Well, this has been one of the, I've watched quite a few volleyball games this year, and this has been one of the closest, seesaw battles for a first set I think I've seen this year.
Maggie Chris, the serve for Guerin. Line drive, low serve there, bump set. Chikamba, we have a joust at the net, and that's going to be won by Guerin Catholic, and they'll get the point there on that joust. That was Maya DeCrane on that joust, and just for new viewers, if you're not new to volleyball, joust is where we have two players converge to the net at the same time and try to outpunch each other with the ball.
It's always exciting to see who wins one of those.
There's an attack and a kill by Guerin. Amelia Nickham with it, and Guerin leads 20-19 here in this opening set.
Well, we've seen Guerin be very diversified with their attack. And, now they're up 2, which in this set, it doesn't seem like a lot, but in this set, it's quite a bit. Let's see if they can extend that to a 3-point lead.
Maggie Christ, deep serve. Willow Smith the set. This is a deep roll shot by Covenant. Guerin recovers, and they get an attack, and it's covered by Covenant. Here's a tip by Nodder. Guerin covers it nicely. And a nice dig by Covenant. And Chikamba hits into the net for Covenant there, and Guerin will take another point off of the hitting area, and Guerin leads 21-19 now, and it looks like Covenant Christian has taken a timeout. We'll step away with the Guerin actually up by 3 now, 22-19.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the Indiana SRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Life comes at you fast, so it's important to have some help along the way.
My favorite patient. My favorite patient.
When the dust settles, it doesn't always end as anticipated. Embrace the journey and care for the ones around you.
My favorite patient.
For everything else and every stage in between,
my favorite patient.
Methodist Sports Medicine is here for you.
I want to remind everybody that to check out our YouTube channel, the Indiana SRN YouTube channel, and check it out. You'll see a lot of exciting stuff. We return to action here. Guerin Catholic on the attack, and we get a block on the front row by Covenant there. It looks like Chikamba, along with another player there for Covenant, combining for that block, and that brings Covenant to within 2 out of the timeout, 22-20.
Boy, they just will not. Neither team will let the other get too much of a leash, and it's just so exciting to see the competitive level here after you've been absent for 3 weeks.
Here's an attack here by Guerin, and they're going to get a point. And now they come within 2 of winning this opening set at 23-20.
Well, this is when the pressure's on Guerin, in my opinion. They might not feel it, but you want to be able to close this first set out, get out of this 1-0 to start out, because Covenant Christian has played them very well.
Kylie Oswald serving. Willow Smith a bump set. There's Newport on the attack, dug by Guerin. A back set, Castor off the block, nice, up by Willow Smith. Covenant scrambling though, a free ball here sent over to Guerin, an excellent opportunity here for a point. And that ball tipped over by Nickham, sent back over by the Warriors. And blocked again over there by Covenant. And here's a free ball, great hustle by Guerin to get that ball back over. Now the teams exchange free balls. Off the block there, Nickham. Tipped over again by Covenant. And the roll shot there by Guerin as we have a lengthy rally here at 23-20. Oswald, a big attack by Nickham. Again, Covenant scrambles, a free ball back to Guerin. Now they're going to award the point to Guerin Catholic. Boy, just tremendous hustle by both teams throughout that point, Drake, and finally a violation gives the point to Guerin.
I think if I would have been the play-by-play guy on that, I may have passed out from all of the from that was a long rally, but give Guerin credit. They get the point out of that, and now they're just 1 point away from taking this first set, and it's been a tough one.
Set point, 24-20. Kylie Oswald serves it up for the Golden Eagles. Smith going on the outside to Newport. She's blocked. Covenant still on the attack. They'll send a free ball over to Guerin. Great chance to put this set away. Oswald out on the outside, and the attack by DeCrane is dug. Newport tips it over and gets a kill. So Newport keeps the Lady Warriors alive here in this opening set, 24-21, and Covenant gets the serve.
I absolutely love it. They just won't go. They just will not go away. Even with 1 point left before the set's over, Covenant Christian is trying to dig back in within 2 and extend this set.
Katie Nodder with the serve. Oswald out on the outside off the block there. It looks like DeCrane. Here's a joust. It's going to be won at the net by Nickham for Guerin Catholic, and they're going to win an exciting opening set, Drake, 25-21. And give Guerin a lot of credit because Covenant Christian came to play in that opening set and led most of the way. I think they led by 9 or by 5, and the timeout was called by Guerin Catholic. Then Guerin upped its game a little bit, Drake, after that timeout, and that was why they were able to pull out this opening set.
Well, and you think they started off the set down 3-0, and they had one of the players that was really interesting was Kylie Oswald. She was all over the floor. Then for Covenant Christian, they were playing very strong against Guerin after losing earlier on in the year, so both these teams really came to play. It's just so exciting to see it.
Well, we'll step away for a short timeout. We'll be back with the second set right after this as Guerin leads 1-0.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.indianasrn.org and tune in to all of the live action or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Our family has been very happy working with Wallflower Pictures.
Because they make sure that I get the acting skills that I need in this industry and the education that I need.
Wallflower Pictures supports UV's journey in the industry. They're very passionate about his growth, and they're very professional and attentive to our needs.
And I truly believe in the projects I've worked on, like For the Boys and The Walk.
We love working with Wallflower Pictures.
Well, once again, we want to make sure everybody make sure to subscribe to the Indiana SRN YouTube channel. And you can catch all the lots of exciting stuff on the YouTube channel. And for more information, you can go to indianasrn.com.
Yeah, it's the YouTube channel. It's where, that we've got all the archived games and everything. If you want to see anything, from, live, it's there. Past, it's there. I'll quote Jonathan Mathis here. There is no future games because, that would be bad because then you would know what's happening. So outside of that, though, it's a great channel. Definitely subscribe if you want to catch everything happening with fall sports.
IndianaSRN.org is the place to go to catch all the games. And we'll want to thank our crew making the broadcast possible here tonight. Ben Wood, our producer, and Casey Pierce on camera. I'm Eric Eaton along with Drake Wally. And Drake, you got to feel a little bit for Covenant in that opening set there. They played so well and led most of the way, and then to fall 25-21. And now they've got to find a way, regroup, and say, hey, we played extremely well. Let's come back out, play with that same type of game, and let's see if we can even this thing up.
Well, and there's always that chance that that Guerin now might bring that momentum into a totally new game. It could be a larger deficit, or maybe Guerin might. There's so many factors that could come into this because it was so close, and these teams know each other so well. It's going to be interesting to see who takes off in the second set here because initially it was Covenant Christian, and they still ended up dropping it. So it's all about momentum, and we'll see who's going to swing it their way.
And once again, both teams will not change sides. They'll stay on the same side of the floor. Guerin, when they serve left to right, Covenant from right to left. as the opening set won by Guerin Catholic 25-21. Covenant gets the serve to start this second set, and it will be Katie Nodder. Starting things with an attack and a kill is Maya DeCrane for Guerin Catholic, and they lead 1-0 here in this second set.
Oh, Maya DeCrane, a little highlight that she had right before the end of the first set. She was actually right there blocking, so she's had her fingerprints all over this game, and there she is getting the first point.
Kylie Oswald with the serve for Guerin Catholic, serves it into the net for an error, and that'll tie things up between the two teams here in the second game.
It's got to be a little bit annoying when you get that point, and you turn around and it always would beat up. It would beat me up at least if I didn't get it over the net.
Overpass here, big shot by Covenant, but Guerin was there, and they send a free ball back to Covenant here. Nodder setting up in the middle there. I believe that was Koltoff on the attack. Here's Castor with the attack, and that's going to go off the block for a kill for Guerin Catholic.
Guerin is starting off very aggressive. This is a lot different than what they looked at the start of the first set, down 3-0. Here it's only 2, but they look a lot different than the first set.
Checking in to serve is Sophie Thomas, 2-0. And a good serve. Covenant scrambling, a free ball over. Nickham on the attack, big up by the libero player for Covenant, but unfortunately over on the sideline. And number 2 kind of ran into the scoreboard there, Katie Nodder, and could not get the free ball back over to Guerin, and they lead 3-0.
Boy, the junior, Amelia Nickham, just absolutely takes the covering off the ball with so much power, gets the point.
Actually, it's 3-1. Here's the ball punched over by Covenant. Oswald, ball tipped over there by Guerin. And Koltoff with an attack error for Covenant Christian, and Guerin has run out to a 4-1 lead to start the second set.
As we said, this is a different looking start to the set, but we had a 3-point lead at the start of the first set, and it swung. So a lot of points are left to be scored, but so far Guerin's looking very good to start off set number 2.
Well, it looks like they're going to take that point away. They give it over to Covenant. Apparently it was an error on Guerin. Covenant with the serve. And we get of another violation. I think Guerin was in the net there, so a couple violations there in a row on Guerin, and Covenant's run off a couple points in a row. Oswald the set, and there's a big kill over on the left side. I believe that was Ella Murphy on that attack.
There's almost no way to control a swing when it's that hard, that accurate. All you can do is just hope that maybe you ricochet it up in the air.
Amelia Nickham to serve now. 5-3 the score. Bump set. Here's Chikamba with a free swing, and that ball is just going to sail out of bounds in the corner. Guerin leading 6-3 now.
Well, Chikamba had the right idea, and she was just probably a couple inches from that being a point for Covenant Christian.
Nickham, short serve. Nodder the set. Chikamba runs up on it, takes another big swing, and again just misses painting the line, and Guerin leads 7-3. So a couple of attack errors, and Guerin takes advantage here. Builds a lead. Second set. Nickham continues to serve. There's a roll shot there by, I believe it was Brew. Coming the other way here, I think was Castor. Covenant scrambling. Can they get a deep free ball back to Guerin? They do.
Nice save.
And there's a ball hit into the net on an attack error by Murphy there for Guerin. Big point needed there for Covenant. They get to within 3 now here in this second set, 7-4.
Well, how about Covenant not giving up, almost running all the way over to the end of the wall and still saving it, and it translates to a point. Give them so much credit.
Willow Smith, a line drive serve. Oswald a bump set. Murphy. And Murphy's going to get a kill for Guerin Catholic. 8-4 Golden Eagles here in this second set.
Boy, that was almost reminiscent of what we just saw, but a little bit farther out. Good attempt, but nonetheless, Guerin's up 4.
Claire Castor, the server now for the Golden Eagles. Guerin took the opening set 25-21, trying to take a 2-0 lead here in this match tonight. Here's another free ball back to Guerin. Castor now setting. Ball tipped over there by Guerin. There's a shot off the block, and Covenant gets the kill there with Katie Nodder. Brings them to within 3 now, 8-5.
Boy, you know, you're starting to get like the feel now that it's in the second set that this is just going to be the way it's going to be till the end. I mean, they are not going away. Neither team is letting much of a lot of slack for the other one. This is really exciting volleyball.
Bella Dart, libero player on the jump serve for Covenant. Not a good pass there. We'll see if Guerin can scramble. A roll shot by Bratton there. Smith the set. Sets up, I believe it was Nodder. It was dug by Guerin. Here's Murphy off the netting, and it's dug by Covenant. Nodder goes the other way. Another nice dig by Guerin. Murphy again puts this one down, and it's 9-5. And Drake, they're looking for Murphy right now over on that far side.
Yeah, and you know something else I was going to highlight is what you were mentioning is the rallies. There's been quite a few decent rallies where it's just been back and forth, and that ball's just been hovering in the air, it seems.
Guerin will put the serve in play here. They're up by 4 here in this second set, 9-5. It's Ella Murphy's going to serve. Here's Smith with the set. Ball tipped over there. I think that was Dart. Here's Bratton across court on a tough angle that lands in for a kill. What a tough angle that was, Drake.
That was just a ridiculous swing, and she got it. Wow, that was a awesome point. Probably one of the highlights of the night.
We'll step away with Guerin leading 10-5 second set.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the Indiana SRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Life Centers offers love and compassion to all women and men who come through our 8 centers. The goal of this love and compassion is that we would not only save babies from abortion, but also transform lives and create families. The forms of this love and compassion are our services. All of our services are offered free of charge to our clients. To learn more about Life Centers, contact us at lifecenters.com or call us at 317-280-2635. Life Centers. We choose compassion.
Once again, make sure you subscribe to the Indiana SRN YouTube channel. You'll be glad you did. And for more information, indianasrn.org is where you want to go to see all our upcoming schedule.
Definitely want to subscribe now so you can see all of the postseason volleyball, postseason fall sports. All that stuff's coming up soon. It's going to be an exciting year.
Covenant serving, trailing 10-5 here. Here's not a particularly good pass, but Guerin does get it over the net on a pretty good shot. A free ball back to Guerin Catholic here. Castor with the set. Ball blocked by Covenant, and they're going to, well, they're just, Guerin did get it over. Ball tipped back over by Newport.
Gonna let it go.
Ball sent back over on a free ball. Teams exchanging some free balls here. Ball punched over by Newport. It's blocked by Kendall Bratton, and then the free ball does land down for Covenant. Boy, that was a nice break there for Covenant. No one home in the middle on the free ball, and they get a much-needed point. They're down by 4.
Well, you know, we were talking about Jakimowicz being in the middle earlier with some really nice presence, really nice stops, and boy, she was nowhere to be found there. Down 4.
Off the block there on that attack was DeCrane. Ball punched into the net by Newport. I think they're going to be called for 4 hits here. Covenant will. Guerin by 5, 11-6.
This has been the largest lead, I believe, for any team throughout the game thus far. Only 5.
Libero player Maggie Christ on to serve for Guerin Catholic. Bump set by Smith. There's a roll shot and a kill for Covenant Christian. On that kill was Katie Nodder. Now she goes back to serve.
Well, Katie Nodder has been very impressive in this game for Covenant Christian. She's really taking, quite a bit of the task of scoring here, and it's paying off. See what she can do here.
Nodder on the jump serve. Not a good pass. Service ace for Katie Nodder. And that brings Covenant to within 3 now, 11-8.
I think you mentioned she had 21 or 22 aces going into this game. She's got another one there, just all over the place for Covenant, and they score again.
Yeah, give her another ace too, is because Guerin unable to get that ball back over the net, and we're going to get a timeout called by Guerin Catholic. We'll take one as well. Covenant is crawled to within 2, 11-9 seconds.
There's no greater anti-poverty measure than to give a person a job. That helps them start to change that trajectory.
Morales Group is a full-service staffing company that provides temporary labor in the Indianapolis, Central Indiana market.
It was a challenge that was given by my father. He wanted me to give back much more than I had been. Then I realized that when he said more, he wanted me to see how I could give more. And it wasn't just in money, but in time and in services. And that's how the Morales Group was created.
I started off at Morales Group as an intern. I interned for 3 years before going on full-time staff here. What I love most about Morales Group is that big family aspect. I come from a big family in Mexico, and since the company is continuously growing, I feel like there's always a new member of the family that I get to know.
We're willing to give. We're willing to serve others, and we're not expecting something in return.
Come talk to us. We would love to work with you.
And we return to action. Here's a big swing by Covenant Christian. 11-9. And there's a kill for Guerin. So they come out of the timeout and get a point and lead by 3, 12-9. As they lead 1-0 and trying to make it a 2-0 lead. That would be a commanding lead. Kylie Oswald will serve now for the Golden Eagles. Short serve, ball into the net, and Covenant unable to dig that ball out of the net. So Guerin comes out of the timeout with 2 straight points and leads 13-9.
I'm sure that Guerin going into this was probably the consensus favorite, but boy, Covenant Christian is rallying constantly. Their defense and their reaction with Guerin, they got a point there, with Guerin is really impressive, and they're only down 3 now.
Yeah, that was good communication between the Covenant teammates to call that ball out, and they get a point there, trail 13-10. I think it's Evie Dart on the serve there. Overpass, great opportunity here for Covenant. Nodder sets up Brew, but Brew tips that into the net for an error, and Guerin will get its 14th point of the second set.
Yeah, she was trying to do what Kolthoff was doing in the first set there, with that beautiful little tip. Just couldn't get it over the net.
Sophie Thomas serving for the Golden Eagles. There's a big attack by Newport, but she's blocked in the middle by Nickham of Guerin. What a block that was. 15-10 Guerin.
Yeah, they're really starting to assess themselves at the on the other side of the net, and they're just knocking it all right back at Covenant.
Sophie Thomas continues to serve. Nodder the set. Here's Kolthoff on the attack, and Kolthoff gets a kill for Covenant on that far side, and Covenant, the Lady Warriors, down by 4, second set, 15-11.
That was a heck of an effort. Almost got the save there. That would have been a highlight play if they could have kept that one going.
Danny Newport with the serve. Nickham, big shot in the middle. It's going to go out of bounds. So the hitting error there. Covenant to within 3 in this second set, 15-12. Newport runs up again on the serve. Oswalt sets it over to Castor, a roll shot and a violation. Called on the Golden Eagles, and here comes Covenant again. They fight back now, down by 2, 15-13.
It's like neither team can exploit the other. They're just so well matched and know each other so well that they just can't get really a lead on the other team. Neither one can.
Murphy was dug. Here's Chikamba going the other way for Covenant with a kill. 15-14 Guerin. Oswald sets up Nickum. Nice up. And then two players for Covenant basically they kind of run into each other trying to get to the ball, and Guerin wins that point off the kill from Nickum, 16-14.
It just seems like whenever Covenant Christian just gets, within distance of tying or taking the lead in this set, Guerin has just been able to extend it just a little more, by 2 or 3 points.
Amelia Nickum, she's been a big presence in the middle tonight for Guerin. Here's an overpass, but Coltop does send it over, and then a violation.
Thought she may have touched the net there, and that goes for Guerin.
17-14 Guerin Catholic in this second set. Nickum will serve again.
Well, Eric, this has been a good game. I mean, it really has.
Ball sent over into the net by Bruce. She was trying to punch a ball over on second contact and unable to clear the net. And now we're going to get a Covenant timeout with Guerin up by 4, 18-14. We'll step away and be back with more right after this.
Every day, Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling keeps Hoosiers comfortable at home. When you see our bright orange trucks on the road or in your neighborhood, you know the Summers tradition of trust is alive and well. We deliver essential services where you need them, when you need them. We're trusted for quality service at fair prices. Plus, we do what it takes to keep you safe in a time like this. Just call Summers and enjoy the season at home in comfort.
Well, Drake, Covenant's fallen behind a little bit again here, 18-14, but every time they face a deficit, they've fought back, and they do it again here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's, asking that question, we saw that last set too.
And Chicamba hits this one long out of bounds, and Guerin has a 5-point lead, 19-14. 6 points away from taking a 2-0 lead here in the match. Amelia Nickum is your server for the Golden Eagles. Koltoff, she's blocked, and that ball is going to end up on the ground, and Guerin now rolls out to a 6-point lead, 20-14, as their block on the front row is starting to take advantage right now.
Ella Murphy and Sydney Jakimowicz are taking over. They're taking over the net, and every time that there is a swing, it just goes right back at Covenant Christian.
Bump set here for Covenant, roll shot free ball. And we're going to have over the net here. An over the net violation there by Covenant. They reached over the net, and it's 22-14 now Guerin.
Now we're starting to see Guerin, even if it is through errors or however, but nonetheless we're seeing them start to expand that lead and look they look a lot more relaxed. There's smiles on their faces right now.
Nickum, lengthy serve rotation here for her. Nodder to Chicamba, and she hits it out of bounds again. Perhaps needs to snap that wrist down a little bit more, get that ball down quicker.
All the power is there. Unfortunately, the finesse and the accuracy hasn't been there for Chicamba, but she's going to keep swinging, and she'll get her groove back.
22-14, Nickum serves again. Ball tipped into the net there by Nodder, and suddenly Guerin leads 23-14.
Well, simple observation, Covenant Christian has kind of given Guerin, out of the past 5 points, probably 4 of them. And so now you got a 9-point lead, only 2 more, and they take the second set.
Nickum a short serve. That's going to be a service ace for Nickum.
Wow. What a run. What a run from Guerin. We were just talking about how close this this set was. And, as we said in the first set, Eric, you can turn twice and it'll be a 5-point differential. And here we are, one more.
Set point. Nickum serves it up for Guerin. Nodder dumps it over on second contact. Guerin's ready. Castor sends it, punched back down by Brew, and that's a big point for Covenant Christian. Brew ready on the front row to block that, and Covenant down 24-15.
I think, I'll go ahead and say it. I think Guerin got a little complacent on that one. You kind of saw some laziness up at the front of the net, and if you're not careful, Covenant Christian, they might sneak up on you.
Willow Smith puts it in play on the serve. Still set point. Oswald a bump set free ball from Guerin. Tough free ball. Goes over the net. Overpass. Blocked by Brew of Covenant. Guerin dumps it up back over the net. Saved again and punched back over by Brew. Great hustle here by Covenant. Here's Castor up the line. Another great up by Covenant. joust at the net, and Guerin's going to win that joust there with Ella Murphy, and that's going to be a set point winner for Ella Murphy there as they take this second set, Drake, and now lead 2-0.
We're going to see what they're going to do for the third set coming up. Can they sweep them? We'll have to see.
25-15, the score in their second set for Guerin Catholic after they won the opening set 25-21. We'll step away for a short timeout. You're watching Indiana High School Volleyball, powered by Indiana SRN.
You got a broken door, trapped car, you can't buy time.
We take it very seriously and take pride in being responsive.
We have all of Central Indiana covered from Martinsville,
Avon, up to Anderson,
to Cicero.
There's always somebody in your area.
It's important that we're able to get there, same day, because people's time is valuable.
On our trucks, we carry just about everything we need to fix a garage door right then and there.
Sunshine, rain, or snow, we're good to go.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 21 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
So we're back with our match between Guerin Catholic and Covenant Christian at Covenant Christian, with Guerin Catholic on top 2-0 as they're looking to win the third set and sweep Covenant here this evening. In our broadcast, first two scores of the first two sets, 25-21, 25-15. And Drake, perhaps Guerin Catholic now starting to get things rolling a little bit after having not played since September 5th.
Yeah, I think they may have found their stride in that second set. They looked a little rigid, kind of stiff, as did Covenant Christian, but less stiff, if you will. So I think in this third set, you're going to see Guerin come out very aggressive. Boy, let's talk real quick about Sydney Jakimowicz and Ella Murphy. Those two are absolutely dominating the net. They're not letting any swings get past them. So Covenant Christian's going to have to figure out a way to score points without really getting anywhere near those two.
Well, and you mentioned the block for Guerin. It was key in that second set, but also we saw that Covenant, towards the tail end of that second set, started to commit some hitting errors, and so they're going to have to get those attacks in play and put the pressure on Guerin's defense.
Well, and that's what we were saying near the end of, kind of like you just mentioned, at the end of the second half, is Covenant had probably given out of 5 points. They gave Guerin 4 of those, and with the talent that they've got, even if it is younger talent, you don't want to give free points away to a team like Guerin. And, they went from being within 2 points to, a 10-point deficit to lose the set. So I think Covenant's going to come out stronger, and we'll see if they can steal one.
And they have had leads in both sets, so that's certainly something that they can take some confidence with going into this third set.
Absolutely. They've played very well, and I've even got my notes here that they're constantly hanging around. They're just not going away. They just got a little bit lackadaisical there in the second set, so we'll see if they can improve on that.
Guerin is going to have the serve to start things here in what is now a pivotal, obviously must-win third game here, third game or set for Covenant Christian. And if you're Guerin and you're Coach Haley Brown, Drake, you may have reminded your team over in the huddle, hey, let's not take our foot off the gas here.
Absolutely, yeah. Don't get complacent. You're only one set away from taking this game and sweeping Covenant Christian.
Oswald starts with the serve. Nodder the set. Going on the outside to Newport. Newport with a nice swing to start things here for Covenant Christian, and they lead 1-0.
Boy, that is exactly, like to a T, what you wanted to start with. Dominating swing, take the lead 1-0 from one of your best.
And we see the Covenant coach with some instructions here. And perhaps we may have one of the players, Drake, shaken up a little bit here for Covenant. We'll take a timeout while they tend to the injury.
More fixing, more finding, more being original. Unique like this, trendy like that. More designing this, arranging that. More saving, and then more making it happen. More of your space looking like this and more of you feeling like that. More excitement, more savings, more furniture, more rugs, more flooring, more affordable luxury from RG Decor.
Well, we're back. We certainly hope everybody's okay after that injury timeout there. And we return to action. 1-0 in favor of Covenant Christian. Covenant on the attack here. Nodder. Chakama's blocked at the net, and there's Nickham there in the middle there on that block, and a point for Guerin.
Well, in that time it was Nickham and Castor instead of Jakima, Witz, and Murphy. So Guerin has got a bevy of a variety of people and players that they can put in front of that net, and they're just dominating that net right now.
Sophie Thomas with the serve for Guerin. We're tied at 1 here in this third set.
Nice serve.
Bump set. Koltoff with that attack, dug by Guerin. Oswald on the outside there. That's Ella Murphy with that kill for Guerin. They take a 2-1 lead.
Boy, and she got it right, right in a perfect spot right in the corner, and I don't think Covenant Christian thought that was going to stay in, and they watched it almost ready to celebrate, only to have a point go against them.
Sophie Thomas will put the serve in play again for the Golden Eagles. And there's a free ball tipped over. Oswald in the middle to Nickham. Nice up by the libero player Dart. Chikamba, a big swing, and that's going to be a kill for Chikamba there for Covenant Christian. We'll tie this set up at 2.
Well, Chikamba had a little bit of a rough second set there. Had some errors, had some overhits, but the thing is, she got right back on the horse there. Got herself a nice kill. And someone else I wanted to mention is Evie Dart has really been all over the floor. Just a freshman. She's really been playing great defense.
The Dart, that's heavy Dart on that serve. Murphy, she's blocked for a point there. I believe that was Brew on that block for Covenant Christian, and they lead now here in this third set 3-2.
Now still alive. Still alive here, and you start off the third set with a lead and see if they can build upon that.
Dart serves again, deep serve. It goes out of bounds.
Of course, I jinxed her. Dang it.
That ties things up at 3. And when you're down 2-0, you really cannot afford to give away points.
That's absolutely right. More risks, and you can afford to take. You can't really afford to take them, but you got to.
Nickham with the serve. Here's a big swing by, I think that's Newport, and she gets the kill. 4-3 Covenant here in this set. Newport will serve. And Hannah Crane checking in now for Covenant into the front row. Newport, short serve. Oswald with the set. Murphy, big time attack. Big up in the back row. I think that was Newport. Here's Crane on a roll shot off the block for a kill. So she just checked in and gets a big kill, and Covenant up by 2, 5-3.
On that time, that steel curtain, if you will, that's been knocking those swings right back at Covenant Christian, they're starting to find a way to drop that ball behind them.
Newport serves short again. Oswald in the middle. That ball is hit out of bounds. Hitting their air there by Guerin, and Covenant has doubled up Guerin in this third set at 6-3.
Well, if I'm Coach Brown, I'm calling a timeout soon. If another point's scored, I think a timeout is in order.
Here's a shot by Castor for a kill. Castor, a much-needed kill there for Guerin as they were committing some errors there and giving Covenant some points, but she gets a big kill there.
By the way, I was only kidding about that timeout. Apparently, Claire Castor had some things to say about that.
Castor now back to serve. Guerin down by 2 here in this third set, 6-4. Line drive serve. Nodder a bump set. Koltoff, a big swing and a kill. There wasn't any block that time for Koltoff. She put that away easily, 7-4 Covenant.
Boy, that was with authority as well. That was very loud.
Willow Smith now checks in for the Lady Warriors. Will serve in this must-win third set for Covenant. Deep serve. Castor a bump set. Outside attack there by Bratton. The ball goes into the net, and Covenant gets that ball out of the net, but I think they are going to call for actually a lift. A lift called on Covenant. Guerin to within 2-7-5.
Oh, it just seemed like there for a while, really, before Claire Castor had that, that really nice swing. It seemed like they were in disarray. So it looks like they've kind of gotten, back on track here. Only down 2 now.
Here's a tip, and it's sent right back over by Guerin. Smith. There's a roll shot by Nodder, and covered by Guerin. There's Bratton again.
Wow, that was nice.
Back left corner for Kendall Bratton. 7-6, Guerin to within 1. Bratton's come in and got a couple points in a row for him.
Well, I don't know if you could have played that one any better. That was perfect accuracy. Right in the back corner, just dropped it in.
Ella Murphy, line drive serve. Smith, Brew tips it over. Free ball back. What hustle there that was by Guerin. And then a free ball punched over by Covenant. There's an attack and a big up by libero player Dart there for Covenant. Crane on that attack. And this ball is going to be sent into the net on a hitting error by Maya DeCrane of Guerin. And Covenant by 2, 8-6.
Well, both Dart and Chris deserve a lot of praise in this game. They have been all over the place, and they have kept their teams in this game by going and getting some very difficult swings on each team.
Bella Dart on that serve and just barely served that out of bounds, but unfortunately it's a point for Guerin. Gets him with an 8-7. Now the libero player. Drake just talked about Maggie Chris serving for Guerin. Scrambling is Covenant. Dart with the free ball. Castor in the middle to Nickham. Big time swing. Covenant is there. Can they get the long free ball back? They just cannot. It goes underneath the net. Good hustle, but that was a big swing by Nickham. We're tied at 8 now in this third set.
Well, something that I've observed about Guerin, Eric, is that they play well with their back against the wall. Like when the momentum is swinging against them, they just find a way to get right back on track, and they don't let the game get too far away from them.
Dart with that attack ball punched back over by Covenant. It goes back over to Covenant's side. There's a shot by Crane and a kill. Hannah Crane with a kill for Covenant. 9-8 in favor of the Lady Warriors. Crane checks out now and will be replaced by Abby Langford, who comes on to serve. One-point lead for the Lady Warriors here, trailing 2-0. Castor with the set. Here's a swing by Bratton, and we're going to get a violation called on Guerin, which gives Covenant a 2-point lead.
Well, in any way Covenant can just try to inch their way to 25 and just, even if they can just steal this set and keep themselves alive for a fourth.
Line drive served by Langford is going to end up with an ace out of that.
Wow. A little bit of miscommunication there from Guerin, and we've talked about it. These games can swing on a dime at any point. We were just tied, but it seemed like 30 seconds ago. Now there's a 3-point deficit.
For the third straight game, Covenant leading, and can they hang on this time? This time they serve it out of bounds by Langford service error, draws Guerin to within 2.
You just can't afford those kind of errors. As tough as it might be to say, you got to play a little bit more efficient, keep that ball in.
Kylie Oswald checks in to serve now for the Golden Eagles. Short serve. Willow Smith the set. There's Newport. It's off the block, dug by Guerin. And that's DeCrane with a kill on the left side there for the Guerin Catholic Golden Eagles. Brings them within 1, 11-10.
That's someone we've said her name a lot, haven't really said anything about her though. Maya DeCrane, she's also put her hand in this game. Fingerprints all over the game, if you will. She just got her team within 1.
Oswald serves again up the sideline. Smith a bump set. There's a big attack in the middle that may have gone out of bounds. It did, and now we're tied at 11.
It's got to be frustrating if you're Covenant Christian. You got these runs that you go on. You feel like you're going to get that, that foot ahead of the other, and then before you know
They've just been able to apply the knockout punch. Really.
Exactly.
Bump set in the back row. Roll shot Newport. Oswald a back set to Castor. Big up in the back row by Covenant. Newport with a kind of a punch free ball over, if you will. Tipped over by DeCrane. Covenant's there. And there's a ball sent over on a short shot there by, that was Nodder. And they're going to end up getting a point out of that. Covenant leads by 1, 12-11.
Well, it was all about the very gentle, tips over the net. They were just gently tipping the ball back and forth to each other, and Covenant gets out of that one.
Finally had the good placement to get a point there. There's a roll shot in the middle. Bump set from Nodder. There's Newport off the block. DeCrane a roll shot. And there's Koltoff with that attack. Going the other way, Guerin. Castor's blocked. Guerin a free ball back to Covenant. Here's a great scoring opportunity for Covenant. Can they put it away? They do, I believe, or was it in or out? Boy, it was close.
Looks like it was out.
Now they're going to get a touch call. We'll call the touch, and Covenant will get the point.
Wow.
I think some disagreement on the Guerin bench, though, after that.
It looks like somebody over there is a little bit upset with that call, but I mean, hey, you're only down 1 and you're up 2-0 in the set, so not a whole lot to complain about here.
I think it was Evie Dart who will be awarded that kill and puts Covenant up 13-11 in this third set. Still some discussion about it, apparently. Now the ball sent to Katie Nodder. She'll put it in play for Covenant Christian.
Well, they're about halfway there. Can Covenant Christian seal this out and extend this game to a fourth set? We're going to have to see here.
There's Castor on that far sideline with the attack. It's Doug. Newport comes the other way. And Newport gets a kill for Covenant Christian and takes their lead to 3 now, 14-11.
Boy, Covenant Christian looks so much more relaxed now. They look like Guerin did last set, and here we are. Kind of what I mentioned, needed a little bit of a timeout.
Well, let's step away. We'll be back right after this.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
So out of the timeout, Covenant serves. Here's Guerin going the other way. Big dig by Covenant. Chance here to get another point. Newport off the block and a dig by Guerin. Nickham with the free ball.
Ooh.
And Covenant's going to have to send a free ball right back. Oswald. There's DeCrane off the block. Big up there. Can the free ball go back over from Covenant? It is. In the middle to Nickham. She hits off the block for a kill. Just made it back over the net. And Guerin gets that point, 14-12. And Drake, it's unbelievable. I mean, Covenant trails this 2-0, but they have played such good volleyball this evening.
Yeah, it doesn't really, and even that 10-point deficit you see in the second set, it doesn't really give justice to how well they've played. They have played Guerin literally as well as you can for a team that has lost both sets.
This ball tipped over by Brew. Guerin's there. And send it back over. Here's Nodder out on the outside. Koltoff off the block. We're going to have a violation called on Covenant here. And this is what they cannot do, Drake. They cannot give these free points to Guerin.
Well, and it's simple as this. They're giving the game back to Guerin. They're keeping Guerin in this game with their own mistakes, and you just can't have that against a team of this caliber.
Thomas serves, deep serve. Overpass, and Nickham will put that away easily. You cannot have the overpass when you've got a big middle blocker like Nickham in the front row. She's going to put that away every time.
Well, and give her credit. She was more aware than anybody else was, even her own team. She just buried it there, and all of a sudden, here we are, turn around, and it's tied.
The momentum again has changed on a dime like it has time and time again in this match. Here's a kill off the block over there on the far side. That was, I believe that was Dart on that kill for Covenant. Heavy Dart.
Give them credit. They kind of got it all back together. Now they're only up 1, but nonetheless, they did take the lead.
Heavy Dart serves 2. Oswald the set going to Nickham. Kind of a soft attack there. Dug by Covenant. Newport goes the other way. DeCrane, deep attack. It's Doug back there. Here's Newport. Big swing. What an up by Christ. Big time up by Christ. Free ball back to Covenant. Here's an attack by, I believe, Brew, and she gets the kill down.
Wow.
16-14. The hustle by both teams is incredible right now.
Yeah, and the libero play is not going to, it's. I feel like the libero in volleyball is kind of like the offensive lineman in football. Do all the work, make everything happen, keep everything together, but you don't necessarily get the credit. Well, I'm going to say it. The liberos have been outstanding in this game.
Oswald. Here's a shot by Castor. Another big up in the back row by Covenant. Free ball, though, back to Guerin. Guerin down by 2 here, third set. Oswald. Back setting to Castor for a kill on a nice angle, which brings Guerin to within 1 now at 16-15.
Just very nice strike, nice placement there on the swing. Get themselves within 1, and they're just never out of the game. Guerin plays so well, and they played well in this game with their back against the wall.
Well, they don't commit a lot of errors, and that'll keep you in a lot of matches. Amelia Nickham. Here's Brew on a big swing and a kill up front for Covenant. Gets the serve back on the Covenant side, and they lead by 2, 17-15.
And a strong return here from Covenant. Can they finish? That's been their biggest issue, is they haven't been able to finish the sets that they take the leads in.
Danny Newport, short serve. Oswald with the set. Murphy punches that over. Free ball to Guerin. Here's the set. Castor. She's blocked, and it goes out of bounds, though. Could not keep that block in play there. I believe it was Brew, and now Guerin crawls to within 1, 17-16. Guerin is just not going to go away in these sets. They're not going to hand one away to them.
Not at all. They want to sweep this team out. They don't want to stay there any longer. They've let Covenant stay so close. The best thing for Guerin would be just to shut this team out.
Castor. Good service ace for Castor, and here we are tied again at 17.
I don't know that we've kind of hinted at this, but, to put it in a different light, there's no nerves. There's just no nerves for being down. The lead doesn't matter. Guerin is almost playing as if it's 0-0 the whole game.
Yeah, excellent point. Claire on the jump serve. Another good serve. Koltov, a big swing in the back row, but it goes out of bounds, and Guerin on top now, 18-17. And that's going to be a timeout now by Covenant. They're going to have to take a timeout, regroup, as they've got to win this set. We'll step away. We'll be back right after this.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.indianasrn.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Parents, do you like free food? Get on over to Prodigy Burger and Bar, where Monday is family night and kids eat free. Every day you can find daily specials featuring craft burgers, tacos, wings, and more. Prodigy is now playing the NFL Sunday Ticket on more than 25 TVs, so you won't miss a second of your favorite teams. Prodigy also caters, hosts private events, as well as dine and donates. Celebrate your school spirit with us at Prodigy Burger and Bar. More than just burgers, located in Clay Terrace in Carmel.
Subscribe to the Indiana SRN YouTube channel for all our exciting IHSAA action on indianasrn.org. You'll be glad you did. We've returned to action. Guerin up by 1. And that's a big point by Covenant. They had to come out of that timeout, Drake, and get that point to tie this thing up at 18.
Well, and Guerin didn't really know what to do with that ball. Covenant took advantage of miscommunication, and they tied this game up. And, like we've said, it says 2-0, but this has been just such a close game. If you've watched it through and through, you'd be shocked that one team might sweep the other.
Castor with the set. Ball tipped over by Murphy. Bump set here. Roll shot there by Nodder and dug by Christ. Here's Murphy on the far side. She hits out of bounds. So a couple of errors now out of that timeout by Guerin, uncharacteristic errors, and Covenant's up 19-18. Can they finish now?
Yeah, we're going to have to see. I mean, now you're seeing a little bit of the medicine, that Covenant was having to take of having a bunch of errors, and Guerin's starting to have them now and keep Covenant in the game.
Here's an attack. That's Kendall Bratton with that attack. Dug by Covenant. Tipped over by Nodder on the short tip. Covered by Guerin. Bratton again on a roll shot. Free ball that just barely did not come back over the net to the Guerin side. A little unfortunate there, and Guerin has tied it up at 19.
I'm not a guy, Eric, who usually makes mid-game predictions or mid-competition predictions, but I have a feeling that this is going to be like one of those 27-26, 27-27 type deals to finish this game or to finish this set.
Ball on a roll shot there. I think that was Nodder on that attack. Guerin with a tip. Smith to Brew, covered there by Guerin. There's Bratton, a roll shot. She's going to get a kill. Double hit there, I think, called on Brew on the front row on Covenant. Now Guerin has to lead again, 20-19, and they're just 5 points away now from winning the match.
It's just crazy how the momentum has continued to shift, and I think that both teams are starting to become infatuated with this tip, almost like a tip shot. And, we'll see if maybe they'll try to actually put some force behind it, and as you saw there, a little too much.
Yeah, I think Covenant's going to have to go back with the traditional swings a little bit more as they now fall behind 21-19. As you're right, the tips really aren't working right now. Smith, Brew, punches one over. That was Castor with that set, and a kill in the front row there. That was Sydney Jakimowicz with that kill, and 22-19, and we're going to get another Covenant Christian timeout, really kind of their last gas now to get back in this set. We'll step away, be back right after this.
Every day, Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling keeps Hoosiers comfortable at home. When you see our bright orange trucks on the road or in your neighborhood, you know the Summers tradition of trust is alive and well. We deliver essential services where you need them, when you need them. We're trusted for quality service at fair prices. Plus, we do what it takes to keep you safe in a time like this. Just call Summers and enjoy the season at home in comfort.
Well, we're back here with Guerin trying to wrap this up in 3 sets. They lead 22-19. Ella Murphy serving for the Golden Eagles is going to serve that out of bounds. So the timeout there by Brooke Benke of Covenant worked perfectly, put the ice on the server.
Oh, that's gotta sting a little bit, when you're 3 points away, you've got all the momentum just to have an error and give it over to Covenant.
Bella Dart serves for Covenant. Here's a bad pass, and that's 2 errors in a row now. And now it's 22-21, and we've seen this a couple of times, Drake, where Guerin's playing so well, and suddenly they'll have these lapses and let Covenant back in it.
It's very weird. There's really no explanation for it. You're playing so well, and all of a sudden the miscommunications allow another team in. Let's see if Guerin can pull it back together here. They only need 3 more.
There's an attack in the middle. Ball's in the net, and Covenant's not going to be able to save that ball out of the net, and Guerin is 2 points away from winning the match now, leading 23-21.
Well, and this is where they have to have 2 straight possessions without any lapses in communication or performance. Just need to set these guys or win this set and get them out of here.
Good set by serve by Chris. Free ball to Guerin. Excellent opportunity here. Castor in the middle to Nickham. It's dug in the back row. There's Nodder with a kill on the cross-court angle for Covenant. Keeps things alive. Brings them to within 1 now at 23-22.
Boy, I really got to tip the hat to Covenant. They have stayed right in there. Brooke Benke has instilled clearly in this team to not give up. I mean, we've seen them lose the first 2 sets down in this one, but they're so close in all of them. It's insane.
Castor out on the outside. That's DeCrane. Big time up by the libero player. That's Dart. Ball may have hit the ceiling, but it's still in play. Free ball to Guerin. Castor to Nickham. And Nickham puts it down for a kill, and that brings us to match and set point now.
Well, this is where you got to be on your P's and Q's more than you have been the entire game. Covenant needs to be silenced. They are staying. If you're Guerin, just get out of there. They are staying so close. They're right there with you in every set. got to shut them out.
Kylie Oswald serves on match point. Short serve. The set. Newport a big swing. Here's a chance for Guerin. That's DeCrane. She's blocked at the net, and Covenant stays alive. As that was Evie Dart up there on that block. 24-23. It is still match point Guerin, but Covenant has the serve. Katie Nodder. Short serve, overpass. And that ball goes out of bounds, or actually inbounds on the overpass, and Covenant is going to fall here 3-0 on what was kind of an unfortunate way to lose the match on an overpass that was returned, and then Guerin sent it right back and had perfect placement. They win the third game 25-23.
Probably didn't even mean for that to happen, but nonetheless, in probably the most competitive 3-0 sweep I've seen in volleyball all year. What a game.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to take your hats off to both teams because they just played so hard. Both teams did. And Covenant had leads in all 3 sets, but Guerin rallies in all 3. And what's that say, Drake, about the resiliency of Guerin Catholic?
It says that they've been dying for this moment to go play again. And,
yes.
they made it happen. And not only did they make it happen and show up on the hardwood, but they won the game. And, we got to give a lot of credit to Covenant Christian, though. They stayed right there. They came out in that third set strong. But I think at the end of the day, you could say Guerin Catholic relaxes and plays even better when their backs are against the wall.
So Guerin wins it 3-0 here this evening by scores of 25-21, 25-15, and 25-23. And improving on the year now, Guerin is 6-3 on the year, and Covenant Christian falls to 3-14 on the year. And for Guerin Catholic, they're 1-0 now in the Circle City Conference, and Covenant falls to 0-5. We want to thank our crew here tonight, produced by Ben Wood, Casey Pierce on camera. I want to remind everybody there's more volleyball on Indiana SRN on Thursday evening. You can join myself and Keith Myers for the match Heritage at Chittard. Match time is 7 o'clock in that one. That's going to wrap things up tonight between Guerin Catholic and Covenant Christian, with Guerin Catholic taking the match 3-0. For Drake Wally, I'm Eric Eaton saying so long, everyone, and thank you for watching IHSAA Volleyball, powered by Indiana SRN.